Hello everyone, welcome to another video of Key Comics Market Watch. Today I'm just doing a haul video. It's not even really a haul. Basically, someone had posted on Facebook Marketplace that they wanted to get rid of their comic books, and basically he wanted $70 for 40 issues, but I managed to talk him down to 40. So every issue is basically $1 a piece, and I don't mind paying $1. A lot of these books are not key issues, but they're just issues that I didn't mind getting because there was a couple of key issues in there that I wanted. So in order to get it, had to get the other books. But the great thing about it is all the books are 9.6s and 9.8s. So they're the grade that I like. So yeah, so let's just start off with this one right here. It's Uncanny X-Men number, what number is this? 322. This is basically the first time that we find out about Onslaught. You know, Juggernaut gets knocked across the continent, all the way across to the other side of the world, and they find Juggernaut, and they don't know who the hell could have did that to him. So yeah, he says Onslaught on this. So this is like basically just the first issue of the Onslaught, beginning the Onslaught mystery, of course. All right, and then we got 335. In this issue, basically Apocalypse wakes up and his boy right there tells him, you know, there's a lot of things going on. Apocalypse reads his mind, and he like finds out about Onslaught and the Watchers there, and he's like, oh. Basically, Apocalypse act like he's not even worried about it, even though I'm pretty sure he knows that he can't beat Onslaught. But he knew, basically in this issue, he knows who Onslaught is, which is, yeah. He basically already knew. He was like, dang, this is crazy. He's like, to leave them to their own devices, they'll destroy themselves. But you gotta read the issue. It's a good issue. All right, so on to the next one. Uncanny X-Men 339. Brother versus brother. You know what? I don't know about you guys, but the storyline between Alex and Scott, you know, always fighting each other. Like when they did the Age of Apocalypse, and Alex hates Cyclops so much, and I'm just like, why can't they have it where the two brothers love each other and would defend each other forever? Like they'll have each other's back. Why they gotta hate each other, or why one gotta be jealous of the other one? But anyways, on to the next. Excalibur number 48. Now none of this is in order. I'm just showing it. So I never read this issue, so I don't even know. I gotta take some time and read this one. I don't know what it's about. Then we got Excalibur number 6, part of the Inferno storyline. I don't like that cover at all. Then we got Excalibur number 5. Ooh, technical difficulties, fellas. All right, here we go. This one has arcade in it, as you can see. Goofy cover. Look at Nightcrawler getting kicked like that. Come on now. Come on now. Goofy cover, like I said. Then we got Excalibur number 4, where this is just a dumb cover. Period. Just stupid. But anyways, on to the next one. Excalibur number 3. Now, the first time I saw this cover, when it first came out, I did chuckle, because I'm just like, that's basically how it would go, because Captain Britain ain't got nothing on Juggernaut. So yeah, Juggernaut would just be like, okay, let me be about my business. So yeah. All right, then we got the Astonishing X-Men, which is part of the Age of Apocalypse. This is the second printing. The way you could tell the second printing, because it has this right here, where normally it would either be I think the Spider-Man face, or it'll be a barcode, you know, Newsstand. But anyways, yeah, this is the second print. Also, you can also tell because usually these on the side right here, the they would be popping, like the color is popping, but as you can see, it looks faded, like you can barely see them, even though they stick out in the middle. That's how you can tell the second printing. Now I will say this: I'm not sure, but I actually think the second printing is kind of rare. Like it's not that many copies of it out there. I'm not 100% sure, but when I did look to see how, to look at this copy to see how many second printings I could find online and stuff, I didn't really see too many compared to just the regular print. So yeah. Let's see. And the same thing with this one, Amazing X-Men Age of Apocalypse. This is the second printing, as you can see right there. You see they're faded right there. Just the middle part, you could see it's popping. So yeah. I will say this. I love the covers for Age of Apocalypse. I think almost every cover was amazing. All right, so we got X-Men number. What number is this? Number 42. This is the issue where Avalon falls and Cyclops has. I mean, not Cyclops. Colossus has to save Magneto. And they fall back to Earth and stuff. So, yeah, it was a pretty good issue. I remember reading it. Let's see, we got a Scabular. I can never say what that was. That was Age of Apocalypse, also storyline. Now this one's the first printing. It's just a regular copy. This is yeah, number 2. All right, on to the next one. As you can see, none of these are keys so far. I will say that. Professor X and the X-Men number 1. I still haven't had a chance to read this book. I think it's basically like they're like redoing, the beginning, but they're telling from a different angle or something, from a different point of view. All right, now the Age of Apocalypse, The Chosen. I like that cover. This book is basically just like one of the people that that worship him goes in his private files and basically to see who's chosen and who's forgotten. And so he wants to see if he's chosen or forgotten. So just so happens that at the end, when he finally, after looking through everybody else's files, he finally sees that he is chosen, but then Apocalypse is right behind him because he wasn't supposed to go in there. And Apocalypse, like, pushes the button and says, you're forgotten now, and kills him. So, yeah, it was pretty good. It's a pretty good little something. All right, Factor X, number 1. Now, this is part of the Age of Apocalypse storyline, too, and this is what I'm talking about, where the two, basically, Havoc is jealous of Cyclops. It's just, I don't know why they did it like that. And of course, Dark Beast, and basically all of them are bad. But Cyclops wind up, being the good guy at the end, Factor X number 2. Like I said, I like all the covers for Age of Apocalypse. They were good. Look at this cover right here, Factor X number 3. Look how they made Beast. Dark Beast. I love the way they, even though he's a bad guy, I just like how they made him. Like they actually, sometimes they just make him more badass when they're bad guys. I don't know why. They just do. But anyways, on to the next one. And Factor X number 4. So this is the final issue. As you can see, brother against brother. So yeah. Now I will say this is the one cover that is okay to me. It's because I hate when they go against each other. It's just dumb to me. I'm sorry. I mean, I can understand, siblings and stuff going against each other, but They really be going. I mean, that shit just stupid. But anyways, on to the next. Then we got the Uncanny X-Men number 334. So that's basically, this issue is where you find out, um, you kind of figure out who is Onslaught. Basically, I mean, if you really read it, you kind of can sort of figure it out, but you won't figure it out till the next issue. So Uncanny X-Men 338. I remember reading that one, but I forgot what it was about. It's been so long. All right, so this is one of the keys that I bought this whole run for. Like, all these books I bought, it was for this one. 201, Candy X-Men. Cable is a baby, you already know, and it's a newsstand. So that's another reason why I got it. And let me talk about newsstand and direct for right now, because I had a fellow subscriber that looks at my videos, and I appreciate him so much for looking at my videos. And he basically was saying, I don't care if it's newsstand or or direct. It doesn't make matter to me. But I don't know if he knows the reason why people are tripping off a newsstand or direct. So I just want to basically let it be known the difference, just in case he might know. I don't know. I think he might not know, but the reason why the newsstand ones are starting to get more attention now is because there's less newsstand copies than direct copies. Now, back in the days when there wasn't that many comic book stores and basically it was all newsstands, you basically had, basically when they decided to start doing direct to comic book shops, the way you would know, it's kind of crazy because back then when it first started, basically the newsstands was the ones that were all over the place, and the direct ones were the hard ones to find. Like, those were rare because they just started it. Like, and the way you know a direct copy from back then to a newsstand is because what happened is the newsstand will have this just like this, but in order for you to know the direct copy, it'll be just like the newsstand, but it will have a black line going across. So if you see an issue with a black line going across, then you would know. In fact, you know what? I'm going to pause the video because I'm going to go get an issue right now to show. All right, everyone, I'm back. So this is basically what I'm talking about. See this Marvel 2-in-1? I showed this in one of my hauls as a key issue, but as you can see that line right there going across? That's basically this is a direct, not a newsstand. And so that's how they was beginning the direct before they did this, which, as you can see, this issue is number 54. So this is when they started doing that. And then this is issue 61, which now you see the Spider-Man face. So that lets you know it's a direct. So that's a direct, and this is a direct. But that was the beginning stages of the direct, and this is what it is now. Like, kind of know. And now, as you know, with issues now, it just says direct. Doesn't even have the Spider-Man face anymore. So these were more rare than a newsstand back then. Now it's flip-flopped the other way, where now the newsstand is more rare than the direct, because now you have way more comic book shops and you have less books in newsstands. Like, you just don't have that many newsstands carrying comics anymore. Like, you don't have like a lot of places like Giant and CVS and 7-Elevens and Highs and all the places that used to carry them So the newsstands are like very hard to find. So that's why people trip off of newsstands. So just know, back in the days, whenever you see this line right here, look for this, because this is rare. Basically, if you see a book with this line, it means it's a direct copy and it's rare for back then. So it's not, you're not gonna see too many of these in the wild like with the direct copy. Back then, you're gonna see more of just the plain newsstand. So remember that. And with copies after, let's see. So this came out in 1979. So, and as you can see, this direct copy right here is in 1979. So in the same year, they switched it over. In the same year, it went from the line all the way to the face. So that's why, like I said, the line is hard to. It's hard to find the one with the line. So if you find those, keep it, okay? Because it's just rare. I mean, it's not rare, but it's less copies of it than the newsstand copy. And now with the modern books, with the books after 1979, the newsstand ones are the ones that are hard to find, because you'll see way more direct copies. So that's what's going on with that, fellas. So just a little bit of education, just in case you don't know about newsstands and direct. So that's the difference. It flip-flopped from the beginning. The direct was hard to find, and now the newsstand is hard to find. Pretty simple. So every time I go out now and I see a modern book or a copper book, I always try to find a newsstand, because I know those are harder to find. You're going to see way more direct copies. So I was very happy to get this in the newsstand copy. So on with the rest of the haul. Let me continue. All right, now we got X-Men number 11. Jim Lee cover. Such a beautiful cover. Love his art. One of my favorite artists of all time. Then we got X-Men number... I hate when they decide to put the number in the barcode, here, and it's all small. Okay. Gotta look for it. Let's see, number 43. So this is when they escape from the second part of that escaping from Avalon thing. So then we got X-Men number 44. I actually like this cover, but I actually like the one I like better is the one from what is it? 170, the one where he's being held by the octopus. He shoots the octopus tentacles. You know what I'm talking about. If you're a true X-Men fan, you know what I'm talking about. I forgot what issue that is. It's 170 or 180 something. I don't remember. All right, now this is another key, and I think I got about 15 copies of this, and I keep getting it, but I'm happy to have it. This is a direct copy though. First appearance of Onslaught. Full appearance of Onslaught. So this is basically when we see Onslaught for the first time. All right, and then issue number 54, and this is where you find out that it's Professor X and Magneto together, and basically as Onslaught. You know what I'm saying? So I like this cover too. This cover is pretty good. All right. So this is Cloak and Dagger number 5, and it's the first appearance of Mayhem. I don't know if you can see that, which is this person right here. I don't know if they're gonna do anything with her, but yeah, just a minor key, minor supervillain. So yeah. One of the few first appearances of anybody in the Cloak and Dagger series. So, all right, Excalibur number 1, first appearance of Widget. So this is a minor key also, and it's their first, issue of their run. So, I will say this about Excalibur: it could have been I mean, it was okay, but to me, I feel like they didn't utilize them, and they could have utilized them way better. I mean, you got Nightcrawler, you got Katie Pride, you got Rachel Summers, Captain Britain, and Megan. To me, was always a character that I really didn't. But anyways, they could have did. I don't know. It just Nightcrawler's one of. I love Nightcrawler. I think his power and Katie Pride is amazing too. Like her power. But anyways, yeah, they just I don't know. They could have did better. I will say that. Excalibur #2. Now I'm trying to remember. Is there a first appearance in this one too? Nah, it ain't. Nah, that's not it. Then we got Alpha Flight #56. You know, this is when Jim Lee first started doing art for Marvel Comics. This is not the first issue that he started doing it, but this is part of that run. So it's the arts. I will say this: his art got better because the art in here is not as good as the art that he does for X. Like his art just got way like he took it to another level. Like the art in here is good, but it's not as good as he got way better with it. So X-Men Chronicles is it number 2? I like that cover. That's a badass cover. This part of the Age of the Apocalypse. So like I said, the whole storyline to Age of Apocalypse was amazing. Like I love that whole. It was really good. Even the side books, everything about it, like was awesome. I loved it. All right, Bishop #4. I'm trying to remember. It's something about this book. I just can't remember what it is. Is it like a minor first appearance? I don't remember, you guys. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. I think it's something about that book. All right, ElfQuest #7. I never could get into ElfQuest. I had like the first 3 issues when I was younger, and then I stopped. It's just not my thing. X Factor 125, part of the Onslaught. And then we got X-Men Omega. This is the issue right here, you guys. If you haven't read this issue out of the whole, man, you ain't gotta read none of it. Just read this issue. That's all you gotta do. This issue is what the final chapter of the Age of Apocalypse, and it's awesome to see Magneto tear Apocalypse in half. It just was awesome. I mean, and it was awesome. Like I love this book. Cause you know one thing about it, Apocalypse is powerful, but let's be real about it. Like I always felt Magneto, like his power. Like just think about what he could do. Like really, like I put it to you like this. I remember what issue was it? It was one of the X-Men issues where he came down to the school and he basically froze everyone because everyone got iron in their blood, right? So he froze like nobody could move while he was talking. And the only person that was able to do something was Bishop, because Bishop is like a energy, like a energized, like he like a battery, like he absorbs the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the one that managed to break them free because he was able to actually, like, he froze him too at the beginning, but he was eventually able to break him out of it. But yeah, it was amazing to see. He basically, if at the top of his level, Magneto is badass. Like for real, he could do some amazing shit. Like he's badass. Like of course they gotta, they showed what he could do, but then of course, and the writers had to like numb him down, because if you give him his full potential, it wouldn't be too many people that could fuck with him. Like let's just be real about it. Like you just gotta think about it. Like his power is amazing. It's incredible. So on to the next. Cable #30. and you see Exodus. What's his name? Exodus. Oh, I forgot his name, but he's right there. You see him. This is basically when Cable and X-Men fight each other. So I would say, it's their first time fighting, and this is part of it too. Number 31. It's a pretty good battle, but at the end of the day, X-Men is not hindered by the technovirus that Cable has inside of him. So at the end of the day, X-Men for real would win that every time. Like, let's be real. So yeah. Let's see, Cable number 33, which is part of the Onslaught series. I do like this cover with him in Post. Whatever happened to him anyway, to Post? I don't remember. Did he get killed or something? Or is he still around? Who knows? Let me know in the comment section, because I don't know. Let's see, Archangel. I guess this is just a one-off Phantom Wings. I do like that cover. It's pretty nice. It would have been better if he was as Archangel right there instead of looking like regular Angel with a blue face. Like, And then X-Men 190. Now I'm gonna say this. This right here, this one and the next issue, the 2-part issue of this storyline, when I was young, I loved it. I mean, you got the Avengers in it, you got Spider-Man in it, and this dude right here is he ain't no joke. Like, and as you can see, this is Professor X and Caliban. He put them together. Like, you have to read, if you haven't read this, you have to read this in the next issue. What is this? 190 and 191. You have to read them. Amazing. Like, it's just a great story. Like, I love, like, their stories back then were so good. I mean, so amazing. But I was upset with this copy. This is the only copy out of all of them that I was upset with, because it looks great. Everything's good about it. Like, basically, it's a 9.8, except for one thing, which I noticed as soon as I took it out. For some reason, somehow the whole book got detached from the cover. So so basically that's the issue. Like, so basically this issue is worthless. It's just a reader copy to me, but it was, but I love this. I mean, I could read it. Shit, I love it. But if you haven't read it, you definitely need to read it. That's it. So basically I got it for that X-Men 201, and I got it for the first appearance of Onslaught, and then the Excalibur #1, and all the other ones are just fillers. And the Cloak and Dagger one, so. But other than that, they were all fillers. A lot of those issues I've read, and I've liked a lot of the stories, especially the Age of Apocalypse. I like all of those. Now, the second printing ones, I don't know if they're worth anything. Who knows? But, yeah, so that's it for right now. I got some more stuff that I got, but, in fact, my next video is going to be about, oh, man. It was a guy selling his whole collection of horror books. And he had 5 boxes, and all 5 boxes were full. Like, put it like this, it was 130 comics in each box. And he had all of them bagged and board. All of them are 9.8s and above. Like, he basically is like me. Like, I guess he went to the comic book store, got the best copy, bagged and boarded right there, read it once, put it in the box, and that was it. Like, I was amazed. Like, and not only that, he sold it to me for $75. It's like 600 and something copies, 600 and some books, and $75. I didn't even try to talk him down, because I was like, that's just a sweet deal anyway. Especially once I saw the condition of them, I was like, man, this. I even had to ask him, why are you selling your books? And he's just like, man, we're moving and I can't take them. wife ain't letting me. And I'm like, man, I'm glad I'm not married because I don't have to go through them problems. Ain't nobody making me get rid of my books unless I want to get rid of my books. So even if I'm moving, I don't care. I'm taking my books with me, trust and believe. So yeah, but anyways, it turned out to be a sweet deal for me because I mean, 600 and some books for 75. I basically paying what, 8 cents a book. So I'm definitely gonna show that, but that's gonna take probably like 5 videos to show it all because it's just crazy how much stuff is in there, and I don't even know what's valuable, what's not valuable, but I do know that all the books are 9.8s and above. Like they're perfect. Like I'm just amazed. I mean, he really, really took care of the book. So that'll be my next video. So great comic book hunting out there, you guys, and I'll see y'all next time. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you for looking at my videos, and until next time, I'll see you guys.